hop on, like, what's up, guys? Like, hey, you guys, like, whatever the fuck, and then like I jump in, or I don't want to do.
Hey, all right. All right, I think I got one.
And like, let's try to keep it like fucking. I'm not saying professional because honestly, I don't give a fuck. We're not professionals, Leo. But
No, fuck
that's
no.
the fun
If we
about
were, we'd be
podcasting.
working for like the BBC or something. Wow, that sounded a little fucked up. But
Pause. The fucking BBC, bro.
the fuck?
What the fuck made you choose that?
I don't know.
Bro, the BBC.
Yeah, that suggestion was kind of sus, low key.
Bro, instead the BBC. Alright.
Hey,
I'm
hey,
fucking
yo.
dead, dude.
Hey, right there, that was the best intro we probably could have come up with. All right, guys. Daredevil, Born Again. Forgot. I'm Matt.
And I'm Dylan. What's up, guys?
So, all right, man. So, we got Daredevil Born Again, right? Which,
Hey, Matt, guess what?
what?
You might want to move closer to that mic, bud.
Are you sure?
Yeah, the audio dropped so hard as soon as we started.
It might have dropped for you on
yeah,
Discord.
get closer. Get closer.
Yeah, it might have dropped for you on Discord, but so far, looking at the meter here, it's
Yeah,
not,
no, we're good.
Yeah. Hell yeah,
Sorry,
dude.
that... Hey, man, you know what I'm saying? This is. Hey, man, look, we're two different states now. We're not in the same room. So.
Oh God, no.
We
dude,
are
we're
doing
not...
this through the power of Matt's computer that is absolutely being a trooper. But we are in fact 2 states away, you know? That's pretty incredible.
You're only 2 states away.
Oh no, I'm like 6 seconds away.
You're like we're in 2 separate states. Yeah, I'm chilling over in the I'm chilling in the PAs where it's open carry and and Dylan's in the Colorados where you can go into a
gas is $2.48 a gallon.
Yeah, gas is $2.48 a gallon. Bro, fuck. Dude, fuck, man, I'm pissed. I'm still pissed about that.
But yeah, this is episode 1 of the GoonWatch. Bro, I'm so fucking hyped. I'm so hyped to be here with you. Dead ass.
He said, bro, I'm hype. I'd like to thank the Academy for inviting me out here.
Dead ass. Yeah, guys. So we're still not any better at this. But we're excited, really are though. In all seriousness, we are. Whoever ends up hearing this, even if it's 5 years down the road or 10 years down the road, we are really excited to start again and get back to our real dream in life, which is to make content for everybody, and we want as many people to listen as possible. We are still just 2 goofy ass best friends that have just faced a hell of a life since COVID. But yeah, man, we're here and we are back, and yeah, this is episode 1 of the GoonWatch, and it will be on the first 2 episodes of Daredevil Born Again, a series that, man, and Matt can vouch for this. I was a huge fan of the Netflix show, and it was so sadly canceled almost 7 years ago. And
dude, I can't believe it was.
I'm gonna say a lot of ands and ums.
Like that long ago already.
Yeah, and so much has happened in the MCU since then. Man, Endgame came out, and everything since has been what it's been. But it took a long time for Disney to get these characters back, the rights to these characters back, and man, Kevin Feige's been killing it. He's been working on this, especially on Marvel TV, man. Hawkeye, WandaVision, all this stuff, and now here in Daredevil Born Again.
Oh, don't forget
continuing.
Moon Knight
of course, yes, and
Moon Knight was fucking dope.
Yeah, Moon Knight was, and some of those hit, some of those didn't, for certain people and stuff. But again, it's been a long road coming, and so happy I'm so damn excited to be talking about Daredevil again. Charlie Cox is back. Karen, Deborah and Wall's back. Vincent D'Onofrio's back. John Bernthal's back. Man, they brought everybody back. And so far, these first 2 episodes have been bangers. We have seen episode 3. We are going to record that. Probably with episode 4, I'm assuming, next week. We are going to try to fit in Gooncast as well. I know this is like a lot, but anyway. Anyway, we're super excited to get into it. And Matt, just happy to be here with you, man.
Yeah, dude, bro, I am so fucking hyped for this, dude. Like, it has been a minute, dude. Like the last time we recorded, we were in the same bedroom, running off of one microphone on a USB cord. Like,
Hey, man, and yeah, the power of Discord. Honestly, shout out to Discord right now. Using my Turtle Beach headset, and Matt's using his little studio microphone at his home over there. And yeah, we're just gonna do the best we can, and we can only get better. That's the plan. And yeah,
dude, let's get into this shit, bro. I'm down.
all right, man. So, Daredevil, Born Again. Again, like I kind of briefed on earlier, it is a continuation of the Netflix show in a way, in a spirit, like in a spiritual successor type of way. It is telling its own story, of course, in the MCU, the street level MCU. Finally, we're getting more of that again. Guy for that reason. The more street level heroes are just so damn cool. Even Spider-Man has been like so like on such a big scale. Like the rumors are that Spider-Man 4, which is of course coming out next year, is supposed to take place on more of a street level aspect and finally give us that street vibe that Spider-Man really is known for. I feel like the MCU, like I said, ever since his introduction in Civil War, he's just been so grand. And in these big crossover movies, whether it be Avengers, and whatnot, and Captain America and stuff, Civil War, man, phew, what a time. But anyway, that is about Spider-Man. This is about Daredevil. It picks up immediately, almost following the end of season 3 of Daredevil on Netflix. See Foggy, Karen, and Matt in Josie's bar, which of course, if you've seen the Netflix show, is a huge, huge location. They always go there to either hang out, talk cases, or just fucking bullshit, shoot the shit. But
shoot the shit.
picks up there, and we see all 3 of them just being friends, just living life, and something is wrong. Foggy steps outside. It's right before they go to leave, and he's on the phone talking to a client. It's led to believe, and all hell breaks loose. All hell literally breaks loose. As the 3 are talking, out of nowhere.
Which, real quick, what's crazy?
What's up?
Like, all hell breaks loose, and that, like, that's in Hell's Kitchen, right? It is funny that you said all hell breaks loose.
That is funny. Also, actually, speaking of, guys, guess we should actually format this a little better. For the first 5 minutes, let's try to talk about our initial thoughts without any spoilers, because I don't want to go right into spoilers. That'd be fucked up if anybody does happen to scroll across. So before we go deep dive, I think episodes 1 and 2 are awesome. Like they are fucking awesome. Whether it be the action, the character development, the character events, motivations, just everything. I feel like these first 2 episodes really do set the tone on what's going to be an awesome series, and I really think that the fact that we're getting it back in the first place is amazing. It does have its own Marvel feel of. It is highly produced. It feels polished. It feels like it is a bigger. It feels like a bigger budget TV show, but at the same time, it does feel really boots on the ground and really, just street level. Like I can't repeat that enough because it just feels so damn good. It feels like it belongs, and it's gritty. It's got all the right vibes.
it's dope in the sense of um like watching like the Avengers and everything like that, and like Spider-Man and stuff. You see just like going from like the camera angle aspect of it too, when they're recording and shooting, filming, like Avengers and Spider-Man and all that stuff. You got the camera flying around in the air and everything like that, and I think another thing that really helps sell the street level aspect of it is the fact that, besides for like, say like some aerial shots of the city, which you could clearly see would be like taken out of a helicopter, how it makes it feel like grounded. Majority of the camera shots and stuff are in spots where you could realistically get as a person like filming, so that really helps that really helps sell it, like to me anyways, that it's like street level.
Right. That's damn. That's good. That's a good point because it really does set the tone. Like I know, like set the tone vibes, set the tone vibes. It really is just like it is the MCU, but it doesn't necessarily feel like it's part of the machine of the MCU. It just feels like it's a damn TV show focused on these characters in these moments and these stories, and that works so damn good. But also, if you're that Marvel fan, these certain events connect to here, connect to there. Oh, there's a mention of this. Oh, there's a mention of that, and that I think it just works, man. It really does work, and trying to form out these thoughts on the show and writing my notes and stuff. It was easy because it really does break down into we're telling a story, a grounded story with again these characters and what has happened, what is happening, and what will happen. And building out from that, it's just in these first two episodes, it does a lot, man. It does a lot for these first couple of episodes, and like I said, to get the show going and in such a positive direction, and especially after it was announced about 3 years ago, the show, and it was originally supposed to be 18 episodes the first season. They started filming, they started writing, and then at the end of 2023, I believe it was, into early 2024, um, it, there was a complete creative overhaul of the show. They split it from 18 episodes into 9 episodes for the first season. They're already filming season two, which will also be 9 episodes. So they reduced the episode count. They just initially Karen and Foggy and John Bernthal were not going to be a part of this show. So a big deal, a big creative overhaul happened. Feige really got rid of the original writers of the show. Not to bring any negativity, just their visions didn't align, and I think so far it really does feel like that's what needed to happen. And this is a show that needs to work. This is a character that's needed his introduction into the MCU, which of course we got him in No Way Home and She-Hulk. She-Hulk, it just wasn't my favorite version of him. It just didn't work necessarily for me um, in that way in She-Hulk. But really happy to see everyone back here. Really happy to see those decisions were made so far, and I'm so excited to see where it goes. And Matt, I'd love for you to finish out this. What you're
Yeah.
feeling on these first episodes?
So when I first saw it, I kind of had the same thought as you. Like when we first saw him as the lawyer, for Peter Parker's lawyer in No Way Home, I was like, "Yo, this right here, this shit is gonna be, dude. I can't believe he's back." Like, Charlie Cox, same guy since the Netflix show, and he's been freaking killing it as Daredevil, and and then to see him in She-Hulk, I kind of had like the exact same thought as you did, where like I saw him and I was excited about it, and and but like seeing him from the Netflix show to seeing him in She-Hulk, I was like, I'm in his Daredevil, but like it doesn't feel like, almost doesn't feel like the same Daredevil that we knew from the Netflix show. And then, we all freaked out when they announced that they were doing Daredevil Born Again, and oh, like actually in the MCU. And and so seeing him now, it like that's like the best representation of what I think of when I think of Daredevil. Like he remind like this, the way they they're doing him in this show reminds me the most of how he was during the Netflix show, because like you said, it's supposed to be a continuation in a sense to the Netflix show. And which, by the way, if you guys haven't taken the chance to see the first 3 seasons of Daredevil, it's on Disney Plus now. Literally just stumbled across it this morning. I was like, oh shit, that's what I'm talking about. So definitely go watch that before you watch Born Again. And the first 2 episodes. I mean, I'm telling you guys watch them and you're like, wow, holy shit. So this is the way that it's going. Like, all right, I'm fucking here for it. You know what I mean? So I think it's gonna be a great rest of the season. Very, very promising. I'm very impressed. Very super fucking hyped for it. And yeah, man, I can't wait. Like, I'm at this point now where I'm like itching, dude. I'm like, give me another episode. Give me it. I need another episode. You know, so I'm just like fucking like my blood's itching. I just want to watch more. So I want to binge it so bad.
Dead ass. Dead ass. Exactly. And that's in like a broad sense, in these first 10 minutes or so. That's that's really what I wanted to convey to. It's like, man, go watch this show. Do yourself a favor and go watch the show. Go watch the first 3 seasons on Disney Plus as well. It all really just works together, man. It all really I wish. Yeah, but it all just really comes together so far really well. I'm really loving it. And yeah, I'm ready to get into spoilers if you are, Matt.
All right, guys, seriously. It's going to be up on the screen too whenever you guys watch this. Dead ass, we're not joking. The very first thing we're about to talk about is one of the biggest spoilers in the first 2 episodes. So if you haven't watched the first one we're going to talk about happens within the first 10 minutes of episode 1. So I'm telling you right now, if you have not watched it, go watch the first 10 to 15 minutes at the very least before continuing. Seriously. So.
All right. 3, 2, 1. We are in spoiler. So, again, getting back to Foggy, Karen, and Matt, they're going to leave Josie's. All of a sudden, Karen is talking to Foggy. Matt was listening in to his conversation from outside the bar, I believe, or inside the bar, I believe. He was trying to listen to who Foggy was talking to on the phone. So we step out. Okay.
Which real quick,
all of a sudden,
his ability to hear and focus like outside noise out, so he could hyper fixate on a single target or a single person, even through walls, bro. That shit is that I love how they portrayed that in this show. I meant to state something like that.
How it pans out too with the camera work. It's so cool. So yeah, having this conversation. Boom. Fucking Foggy gets shot. And I was like, no way.
I was so fucking, bro. I was like, ain't no shot. They don't have the balls. They don't have the balls.
Oh, man. So thus begins one of the most badass one-shot scenes I've ever seen. And Daredevil is known for them. But goodness fucking gracious. We zoom out of the rifle. It's fucking Bullseye from season 3 of Daredevil. And, oh, man, dude, this motherfucker. Oh, man, what a fucking intro, dude. So, immediately, again, this starts this fucking awesome, amazing one-shot sequence. Probably fucking like 7 or 8 minutes long. Matt suits up. He's going around the rooftops. He starts sprinting across the rooftops. He's running. Doing it. And, CGI here, a little rough.
Yeah, it's a TV show.
Yeah, it's a TV show. That was one of my only gripes on the presentation of this fucking show. A little rough. But in any case, suits up. Fucking suit looks fucking awesome. And oh my gosh, man. It fucking starts. Bullseye runs up into Josie's, throwing all these knives. I mean, fucking chaos, dude. And it just keeps panning out wider and wider and wider.
Well,
And
real quick, Dylan. He was running on the rooftop to go try and save the person Foggy was talking to, and the moment he got there, he heard the guy apologizing to Foggy on the phone, and he turns around and runs back. Foggy gets shot in the chest talking to Karen,
oh,
and then
thank you. Yes.
he went to go after. He was like, he said something. He was like hello, saying something about Karen. He's like hello, nice to see you again, Karen, or whatever he said. And as
Right,
he
and
went to
it's
get
Bullseye.
her, yeah, as he went to get her, fucking here comes Daredevil, dude. And this is where the scene is like the camera enters the bar. The camera enters the
Right.
bar, and you see Daredevil's silhouette fly in on his grappling hook because he's got a grappling hook, and he tackles Bullseye off the grappling hook through the front window of Josie's.
So
And that's when
fucking good.
That's when the one shot starts. I'm like,
Ugh,
oh,
so fucking good. And man, it just speaks for itself, man. This is one of those things you have to fucking see, man. Just chaos through the bar, the patrons running all over, Bullseye throwing fucking knives at everybody, and lighting up every fucking buddy. I mean, no holes barred, man. Just lighting up everybody.
yeah, nobody was fucking spared, bro.
No, man. And by the time they're almost to the roof, Bullseye's throwing at literally anything at Matt, and he is full of knives. He's probably, I don't fucking know,
Dude looks like
knives.
dude looks like a fucking
A knife board.
yeah, no, he looks like what are those fucking dolls with the pins in them? The voodoo dolls?
Voodoo doll, dude.
Bro, looks like a voodoo
Man.
doll.
Full of knives, right? So they're fighting. They are clawing their way all the way up to the rooftop where, wow, man. Matt, hearing Fog, and also Foggy's heartbeat is playing over this. I don't know if you realize that.
Yeah,
Matt was listening in on his heartbeat. Yes, as
yeah,
he's
he was
fighting
hyper
Bullseye
fixated
up
on his
here the
heartbeat
roof.
the whole fight.
And it of course slows down. Karen is down there trying her best. Foggy passes away. Matt and man, Charlie Cox, man, just
Dude,
what
yeah,
a fucking
yeah,
what an actor.
Yeah.
Yeah. Screams in complete agony and just continues to beat Bullseye to a pulp. And one of the most shocking moments of Daredevil as a character for me anyway, especially in live action, throws Bullseye completely off the roof, just without hesitation. Throws him off the roof.
No hesitation whatsoever. Just grabs the back of his head and chucks him off. After he screams "Why" at him, and Bullseye just laughs or like smiles and chuckles, and he just hand on the back of the head, chucks him off the side of the roof, and he just and he lives.
He does live, but
how the fuck did
something
he
very
live?
important happens before that. Matt, of course, screams in agony. He has obviously crossed his line that he's vowed he would never cross. Here he is thinking, honestly, he killed Bullseye, and honestly, he just threw a man off a roof again. Something he would never do. That's not who Daredevil is. It's not who Matt is. Again, Matt is a Catholic too. A very devout. Maybe I wouldn't say devout, but he is a Catholic. He is pretty devout in the show. It's a pretty heavy theme in the show. His Catholicism, I believe is how you pronounce it.
So far,
and so he throws the mask down, and it goes into one of the best intros I've ever seen in a show. One of the coolest fucking intros. Matt basically rejecting Daredevil, and we get into the brand new intro again. That is very, very cool. As Matt leaves Daredevil behind for now, and Matt, what were you saying, brother? I'm sorry.
I was gonna say, this is something that I've noticed in the first 2 episodes too. Is he hasn't, at least on screen, he hasn't visited the church like in the show, in the Netflix show. He used to go to the church and talk to the pastor or the priest, or and we have yet in the first 2 episodes to actually see him do that. And I remember it's actually kind of cool. It's a little, like, I think it's a little callback to, I think it was episode 11 of season 1. He was telling on the Netflix show. He was telling the pastor that he's like, it feels like the devil is inside of me trying to claw its way out at all times. and the fact that he threw Bullseye off the roof, no hesitation, no thought, just chucked him off, and then screamed in agony, and then dropped his mask off the roof. Like, I think that was an indication, like, the devil clawed its way out, and now he's, he dropped his mask, trying to indicate that he's getting rid of it. You know what I mean? Like, he's not letting it.
Exactly. Exactly. That's Daredevil is something he uses, but also something that he can't let control him. And I think that's so good. And yeah, maybe it's a little repetitive. We've seen this before. He's left Daredevil behind. He's come back to him. I get it. Maybe a little tropey, but it works for me here. It works for me in the emotional. I really liked Foggy as a character. I know not everybody, but man, the scene was so damn well acted between all three of them. Truly awesome.
Side note, there's an article that came out. Foggy, the real guy behind Foggy, I can't remember his name. I feel bad. They were interviewing him about his death in the show, like the first episode, and he joked about it, and he goes, "Yeah, Feige had me killed off because I accidentally ran over his foot with my car." I was like, "Yeah," but Feige's like, "Ow, you little fucker, you're dead." In the show, of course.
But that's fucking funny.
Oh yeah, and then you hear a voice after it's all said and done. He drops the mask and he's sitting there. He's looking off in the distance, and you hear a voice go, "Matt," and he looks back. The camera pans back, and it's
Cherry.
Yeah.
Cherry. Yep, the cop. Yes, that's another big plot point. Cherry is actually they were celebrating his retirement. A lot of the NYPD officers were celebrating his retirement. Joe season. That's why they're all there. And yeah.
Sorry.
So,
it wasn't Cherry. It was the bar owner.
Wait, no, I thought Cherry was retiring.
No, it was the bar owner that the guy who owned the bar was going to close up shop and move upstate. And
that's Josie. No, Josie owns the bar though.
Yeah,
Josie's the woman.
Wait. It's the
Yeah, this was like a retirement thing for certain cops or for Cherry, because Cherry something was going on. Again, guys, sorry, it has been a couple weeks since we watched this episode.
Wait, you're talking about the guy with the glasses, right? The guy with the glasses?
No. Yeah, Josie owns the bar. That's a woman. She's not.
Well, the older guy with glasses that was in the bar with them. He was the one who stumbled upon the rooftop and saw that it was Matt under the Daredevil.
Yeah,
mask.
That's Cherry. That's Cherry, the cop.
Oh,
yeah.
Wait, I didn't know. Oh, okay. I'm stupid, bro. I didn't know he was a cop.
I'm pretty sure it's like a retirement thing, but anyway. So
yeah, because he's like his
happens.
informant now or some shit like that. Yeah.
Yeah. So, cut to black. We get the next scene 1 year later. Matt is in this fancy ass house. He has moved away from his lowly apartment. He is in this big ass loft. He goes into work. He's now working at this big law firm, this big, very corporate law firm, and he's just doing his thing. He has been a year since Foggy passed away, and a year since he walked away from Daredevil. He is just kind of going through the motions, doing what Matt does. We then see Matt in court. What were they in court for?
I feel really dumb right now because I swear it's still the same business that they own. They just moved upstate to get out of Hell's Kitchen. Because
no, this isn't the same business anymore. They're not doing business with each other. It was Nelson, Page, and Murdoch.
Yeah.
That is no longer. Karen is in San Francisco now, and obviously Fogg is passed away. Yeah, no, this is a completely new law firm.
But I was thinking, I was like, well, even though it is a new law firm, like Matt's still in charge. Like he's still calling the shots between, the new woman that's working with him now, and then Cherry, and they were all like, you know what I'm talking about, like.
No, he is at a law firm. He is a lawyer though, and he does get he has his selective, like he can choose certain cases and they can do this and that, but he is part of another law firm. with like
Oh, okay.
two other
I
lawyers, I
must
believe it
I
is.
must have
Yeah,
missed that part. My bad.
yeah, no, you're good, man.
He said, "No.
It's
You
a
just
lot.
fucking
Again, we're
suck, bro.
recording.
Fuck you. Fuck."
No, we're fucking just recording a little late, guys. Sorry about this. We're a little foggy.
Oh,
No pun intended.
wait.
Um,
No, I'm not. If I was
now,
foggy, I'd be dead. Doo-doots. Anyways, so
um, we go to court for Bullseye. That's where we are. We are now. Matt gives a speech, and then Matt listens. As the verdict is read, Karen comes in the back. The verdict is life in prison. That's it.
It was
That's
32. I think it was
the
32 consecutive life sentences.
yeah, some crazy. So he is sentenced to life in prison. Um, Now we get a scene between Karen and Matt, and they're not really talking. They're not really on speaking terms. They're kind of just Matt. Apparently, it's obvious that Matt, reclused himself, um, and really just didn't let Karen in, and that's a big thing for them, and just didn't really communicate well. Karen is now out in San, which is very interesting. We're really curious to see where that goes and how she comes back into the fold, of course, later this season. I would imagine, obviously, but they're not really talking much. Matt tries to extend, you know, a date, not in the personal way, but just a date to catch up, and it just doesn't work out. Karen kind of leaves angrily. It just kind of blames Matt for being reclusive, like I said, and you could just tell their relationship is is on very thin ice compared to what it was a year prior in series.
Which, uh, after there was, I think it was, I can't remember if it was before he went and testified in court or if it was after. But for those of you who have watched it, I just gotta say, and I think everybody will agree with me, dude, that guy saves a shitload of money on an electric bill, bro. He was cooking in the fucking dark, cause you know what dude was bro was chefing it up in the dark. But no, continue. Sorry.
No, he's a fucking beast, dude. He's a fucking king. Um, all right, so that happens, and then we are introduced once again back to Big Fisk, Wilson Fisk. Vanessa, his wife, has been running his empire honestly since the events of Echo. Matt, I don't know if you ever watched Echo. I don't know if you ever got to it. I know I freaking yelled at you about it for a fat
I
minute.
haven't. I hadn't watched it. I
Ah,
watched.
man, that's a
I
shame.
watched the end of
Echo.
Hawkeye, but spoilers about Hawkeye if you
Oh
haven't seen it.
man.
Fisk gets shot in the face.
By Echo. Echo was a good show. Not the greatest, but I really enjoyed it, and it showed the relationship between Echo and Fisk and where Fisk was during the before this show. And that is why Vanessa was running his business. Clearly a strained relationship. Vanessa has missed Wilson. She's missed Fisk. As a husband, but as a business partner too, and just so much has happened since the end of season 3 of Netflix between them. You can just tell, and the relationship something is they are just not on those terms. But there is still a mutual respect between the two of them. Yeah, it just sets up this interesting dynamic because Vanessa is very powerful too in that sense. Now that she has been running Fisk's Fisk business this whole time. And I just think it's very interesting.
So Fisk, they exchange a conversation and stuff, and so Vanessa thinks that that Fisk is gonna come back to run the business either with her or however how she thought that was gonna play out. But it actually turns out that according to him, he was aiming for greater heights. He's not that man anymore. And that's across episode 2. That is, or episode 1. Fuck. Um, that is like episode 1 and 2. It's just like big things that's been emphasized between both Matt and Fisk is like they're not those people that they once were anymore. You know, like Matt was like, well, I'm not, I'm not that guy anymore. That's what he told Karen. And Fisk, told Vanessa that he's not that person anymore, and he's aiming for greater heights. And turns out that yeah, he I'll let you take it over. I'll let you be the one to say it, bro. This one fucking threw me for a loop.
Fisk is gonna run for mayor of New York, and
Yeah, dude.
this is a really popular comic line. I believe I've heard. I don't know the name of it, but I believe this was a popular comic book line in Daredevil. And yeah, he's trying. He's putting on this image of he wants to be better and he wants to be above this, the criminal underground, and wants to. He's always had this obsession with New York. It is the city that made him. It's a city he cares about. That's what he says anyway, and projects. While he's done some really dirty fucking things, and he's fucking Wilson Fisk. He's the kingpin. But
Yeah.
in any case, that is his goal. And that is what's gonna happen. He runs for mayor. To finish this episode 1, though, is probably one of the best scenes of the episode, and one of the best scenes I think in general between Charlie Cox and Vincent D'Onofrio and Daredevil and Fisk.
Oh yeah,
Of course,
dude.
Matt
Yes.
Murdock and Fisk. They meet at a diner, as any normal old friends would, which I think is really interesting. And they just have conversation. They have a conversation over the diner table. And it calls back some events of the Netflix show, of course. One thing I really have talked about this, Matt, is when Fisk stated that he didn't have anything to do with Foggy's death, and he kept his promise.
Yeah.
And he did not order the kill shot on Foggy, and did not have anything to do with it. So far anyway. So in a way though, I believe him. Fisk is a lot of things, but he's usually not.
Yeah, that's the one thing that I'll give Fisk is, yeah, I mean, Fisk is a terrible person, a great villain, to be honest. But that's one thing is like he doesn't typically lie a lot. You know what I mean?
Exactly. And it's just a great conversation. It's really one of those things you have to watch to really just get the gravity of it all, and
Which
the
I
go
think it was cool because he, I believe it was Matt mentioned that Fisk lost a little bit of weight. And if you look at the difference from like him in the Netflix show and him in this show now, it's like he definitely has. But he Fisk goes, it's actually, if I'm not mistaken, he actually apologizes about the death of Foggy, and then to clear his name, he's like, but I had nothing to do with his death. I kept that promise. It's just like the nod of like, he apologized for the death. Like, even though they're enemies, right? They're sworn enemies and stuff. Like, they both understand the weight of death and how it can have an effect on people. And it's like there's like that slight sense of humanity, you know what I mean? Where even though he's a terrible person, he's just like, I'm sorry about your friend Foggy, but I had nothing to do with his death. I kept that promise. Like, just that little quick I'm sorry. You know what I mean? Like, even for
way.
yeah, literally. Like, it was just a real little cool thing I noticed.
That was fucking cool, man, and I agree, dude. It's like there is this kind of mutual respect, between the two, and both just really implying not to get in one another's way. Fisk states that there will be repercussions. Matt returns to his Daredevil ways, as Matt also says he'll be there if Fisk slips. Oh my gosh, and that's just that simple.
And
Hey,
was it
if you
in
fuck up,
episode
I'll be
1?
there.
Was it? Well, I'm sorry. No. You had a thing you were saying.
No, I mean that's just about as simple as you can be. Just don't get in my way. I won't get in yours. You know, just watch yourself. And there was also a little joke. Fisk asking Matt if he had any children, to which Matt had said, "No, but I get you had some troubles," referencing him getting shot in the eye by Echo, which I thought was a was a funny jab. But nonetheless, I think it was a great way to end episode one and go and flow into episode
Was
two.
it was it episode 2 or was it an episode 1 where I think it was episode 2. Cuz but Fisk I think it was in episode 1 where Fisk wins the election for mayor.
It's the very, very, very end
Yeah. Okay, yeah. So
of episode one.
it was something then for episode 2 real quick before we like real deep dive into there. He was given like his like inaugural speech of being the mayor of New York. I think it was really cool and kind of funny little nod at the fact that this is in the MCU, because now he in his speech he was like, vigilantes will be no more, and we can, New York can take care of itself and protect itself. We don't need somebody dressed up in a spider suit swinging around, or somebody flying around in a tin can talking about Spider-Man and Iron Man. Like, I thought that was pretty cool.
I thought that was really fucking cool too. And of course, he did drop kind of the Punisher too in Daredevil.
Oh yeah,
And I think
my
it
bad.
just works.
Forgot about that.
And it just works. No, it just works. And it's fucking cool. Of course, that's the most we can get of Spider-Man. Sony owns the rights to that character. So that's a whole other thing. But man, so fucking cool. And what a fucking way to end the first episode. Um, that is our little recap of episode one, guys. And we're gonna move right into episode two, where on election night. Now this rolls again. We're right into episode two. On election night, with New York celebrating, a man in a subway stops another New York citizen, another New Yorker, from getting attacked from two cops. And this starts just like this. It just starts with one of the cops accidentally running in front of a moving truck, kills him. The man is immediately arrested for murder by the cops. Now, what the fuck? I mean, okay, so obviously you hear this happening on the subway station, right, on the platform, and you're just like, what the fuck is happening? You think clearly the man thinks the guy's getting mugged. So of course, just being a good person is going to try to help him, and it turns out it's fucking two cops, and that right there, you're like, oh shit. Again, if you know anything about the Netflix show, NYPD is not the police force that there is. So immediately becomes kind of like, oh shit, what's gonna happen after this? So that is how episode two starts. How'd you like that opening, man?
I like that. I like that a lot. I think that was I think that was like a perfect seamless, like whoosh into episode 2. And now with dude, man, with episode 2, like it's a lot more it's a lot less action and a lot more, and I like this about it, right? Cuz the first episode it showed, obviously that god tier oneer that they did, and the death of Foggy, and a year time jump, and showing how the death of Foggy has altered and affected the relationships that Matt has with Karen, and then Fisk running and winning mayor of New York. And now there was all that action and stuff in episode 1, and now episode 2, the action kind of takes a backseat, and it's a lot more a lot more of the lawyer side and more storytelling, and just like trying to garner information, and like, bro, I loved that it wasn't just like constant action the whole time through and through for both episodes. Like I love that they're gonna Like I think these first 2 episodes showed us that they're gonna be. It's not gonna be all about the action. It's gonna be. There's a big emphasis. Obviously, there will be on action with that Warner, and there's also a big emphasis with storytelling, as we could tell from episode 2. And I think that them doing trade-offs like this is a nice a nice change of pace because the episodes are decent. They're about the same length as the ones on Netflix, and I think that if we got like a whole season with just straight, for the most part, like nonstop action, I feel like, I'm not gonna lie, I love Daredevil. I love the action of Daredevil, but like I love a good story involving Daredevil too. So like I don't mind it taking a backseat and just focusing on the storytelling for a little bit either. So I really like episode 2 for that. And oh man, I I love the whole episode, and I love the way it ended. This is all I'm gonna say for right now. But
Exactly, dude, and that's the whole thing, like the duality, because it is. That's who Daredevil is as a character. Matt Murdock and Daredevil. And I think it just so damn good. I'm one to who I love a good courtroom drama, and a story that can be told within a courtroom. And again, just Charlie Cox, man, acting his ass off, and really everybody in the show so far. Just kind of stepping right back into these roles, and he's just so damn good. Um, so immediately, okay, we jump in. Ayala, his name is Hector Ayala. It's revealed at the police station where Matt overhears him being beaten by the dirty cops to force a confession. This leads Matt to then walk into the holding cell where he's at, or the interrogation room rather, holding room, whatever you want to. And starts a conversation with him, and just ask what's going on, what happened, tell me your side of the story. Of course, Al is hesitant. He's like, are you my lawyer? I can't afford you. Um, and as Ayala tells a story, Matt, once again, as he's done many, many times, listens to his heartbeat, which remains steady until Matt asks if he's telling him everything, and it beats up just a little bit. So Matt immediately knows there's a lot in there somewhere. He just doesn't know what yet, which I think is so fucking good. He's done this again many times in the show, in the Netflix show, and it just works every damn time. It's so fucking cool. And Matt takes on Ayala's case, knowing he is telling at least, like I said, half of the truth in the conversation with him, and to which Ayala says, "I can't afford you, man," and he says, "Don't worry about it." Now, again, here we go. This really starts the case or the story point of the next really 2 episodes. Really, this will carry into episode 3, which we'll talk about on next week's GoonCast, hopefully, with episode 4. And it really just starts, like I said, this little mini arc. While Matt is busy with that, we finally see Fisk again as he tries to clear his name in public perception, per se. He's trying his best to be the good guy and be this different person and try to really, really distance himself away from, again, the business that Vanessa is basically running, and just tries to imply that he is a better person and try to do the right things. How you feeling about that so far with Fisk, Matt?
Sorry, had to. I can still hear you talk. I just had to put my coffee cup in the sink. I didn't want to
No, you're good.
interrupt what you were talking about. But
No, you're good.
So, okay. So I think, right, so like I think what Matt is trying to do with letting go of Daredevil, I really truly think that Fisk at this point in time is trying to let go of who he was. Like genuinely. I think he really is doing his best. And trying to make amends with Vanessa because they're still legally married. And now I don't think we talked about it, but in episode 1, I believe it was episode 1, Karen ends up getting a like a psychiatrist to go out and talk to Matt about thinking that saying that Matt was a client that wanted to have some one-on-one sessions with her because of what he's been going through. And Karen told Matt that this psychiatrist was coming out because there was something going on and she needed a really good lawyer. And so they ended up meeting in a coffee shop, and then one thing led to another. They were like, oh, fucking Karen, god damn it. And so they actually start talking and stuff, and which I think, so talking about her, I wanted to mention her because in one of the parts in episode 2 plays a pivotal role in knowing who she is and her connection to Matt. Because when this happened, I was like, okay, all right. But no, as far as Fisk trying to clear his name and get everybody to believe that he's actually like this good person that he says he is, I believe him, up to this point, and I think truly like he's doing a good job. Like they were on their way to like a meeting, as him being a mayor. I think they were on their way to like the fire department to have a meeting with the fire chief, and there was some construction going on with this big old pothole in the road, like massive, and nobody was doing anything about it. And he walked out. He goes, "Hey, let's get this stuff going. Get the show on the road." And they're like, "Well, we're waiting for the permits to be approved," like the workers were saying. He goes, "Well, consider it approved, effective immediately." And they were like, "All right, fellas, let's go." Blah blah blah. And like that was a really good publicity stunt, I think, personally, because like it really, because they were being recorded by all the civilians that were walking down the street next to it, and they saw him get out, and they're like, "Oh, it's the new mayor." Everybody whipped out their phones, was recording and stuff like that, and he's like, "Yeah, consider it approved, effective immediately." And then they were like, "All right, well, boys, let's get to work." We got confirmation from the mayor himself, and so they all start working on the road now, and there he is. He's like, "See, just like I told you guys." He's like, "I told you guys I would be getting stuff done, fixing the city, reshaping the city, and here I am. I'm out here doing it." Like proving to anybody who would be doubting him and his ability to do good for the city that he's out there. You know what I mean? Like it was like a political ploy, but also at the same time, I think it was genuine as well.
Exactly. And so you got to take everything he does with a grain of salt, but at the same time, he is surely trying his best to sell everyone's image of him as mayor. Big thing happens. He schedules an interview with BB Urich, who's actually the niece of Ben Urich from season 1, who Fisk brutally murdered, unbeknownst to her. I don't know if you remember this, Matt, but yeah, Ben Urich, he was that reporter, kept digging and digging and digging into Fisk and his shell companies and his actions, eventually to the point where he had visited Fisk's mother in their retirement home, or her assisted living home, rather.
Karen. Yeah, him and Karen did.
Yes, and Fisk does come to his office and strangles him to death. So this is a big thing. I'm really curious to see where this goes with BB. He seems like a pretty good character. Seems, again, really, I keep trusting this, very street level, very down with like those little recordings of the New York citizens, her interviewing them and stuff. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's a really cool like change of pace when they put those on screen.
Right. And he's basically trying to use her to try and boost it with the younger voters who he did not do so hot with in New York. But very interesting, again, very kind of interaction in this episode, but really, really cool, especially a really great callback from from season 1, rather. And just really interesting to see where this is going to go and how it's going to affect Fisk.
Which a cool little thing to note for you guys. I don't know you guys seen the episode or not, but if you have, I don't know if maybe or not you noticed this. But at the end of episode 1, he promised Vanessa that he wouldn't, he wasn't going to be that. He already promised her he wasn't going to be that person, and he wasn't going to she admitted that while he was gone, that there was another person in place of him by the name of Adam, and she made him promise that he wasn't going to go after him. Now we don't know if he did or not, but in episode 2, when he was waiting to meet with BB Urich, in the mayor office, he actually was seen wiping his mouth with a napkin, and his knuckles were blooded, like they were cut up, like he just recently got done beating the fuck out of somebody.
Well, that's. I'm thinking those are scars from either Echo or the events of Echo or season 3. But I don't know. That's yeah. And that's he keeps focusing on his knuckles and whatnot. I don't know what that is. Very curious to see.
Well, because if they were
And
scars, right, I feel like we would see them a lot more, like in episode 1 and stuff like that. But just to that was the first time that the camera ever hyper fixated on his knuckles in this show. And it happened
yeah.
after he already promised Vanessa he wasn't going to go after Adam, and promised Vanessa and everybody and himself and Matt that he wasn't that person that he used to be anymore. And then all of a sudden, that one, and it was real quick too. It was maybe a second or two of it, and it focused to the point to where his knuckles were in focus, and his suit right behind him was somewhat out of focus. It was deliberate. The camera, the people who were recording or filming in the in the directors and stuff, I think it was deliberate, and I think there's a reason why. We just don't know it yet.
I'm excited to see what the hell that is. So Fisk goes to, I believe it was the cops' funeral. The cop who did pass away from the train. And he meets the police. He will make his and doesn't want to work with a 2-time convict, and will tell his officers.
Dylan, repeat that. You had an internet hitch and your voice cut out.
Police commissioner. He meets the police commissioner at the funeral for the cop who passed away, and man, this commissioner fucking can't stand him. He says to him that he will make Fisk living hell, and does not want to work with a 2-time convict, and knows exactly who Fisk is and what he's up to, and that he has the whole police force on his side to make his life even harder. So fucking cool, honestly, to see somebody stand up to Fisk like this in that way. Just I don't know, the fucking police force, the police commissioner himself basically saying "fuck you." Again, we know the NYPD from the show is notoriously dirty, and bought off by Fisk. So curious how much of the department really is under his payroll or not, or is affected by what. We do know there are dirty cops, of course. Now, again, this leads eventually in the same episode to Fisk blackmailing the commissioner with a picture of his son with a woman that is not his wife. So again, an affair that led to a son. Fisk, again, this is where you can kind of realize that, okay, fucking Fisk is done being Fisk. He still has he still has connections. He still knows how to get under people's skin. He still knows how to get to people in general. He resorting him being the commissioner into playing along and, well, forcing his hand and making the commissioner stay. Originally, the commissioner in this episode also was trying to put in his resignation to police officers following him, until Fisk blackmailed him with this picture and forces him to stay on the force with 0 pay raise for his officers, 0 overtime allowance, and Fisk just basically getting back for getting berated earlier in the episode, which I thought was actually kind of bad. But again, Fisk being Fisk. So very curious to see where that relationship goes and not only Fisk but Vanessa, the business, and just the police force in general. So super excited.
Which I think is I think it's funny that he let the chief know that he wasn't his police force wasn't getting a pay raise, or any more or any extra resources for that matter, because it was funny that he said that to him when he was in the process of blackmailing him, because in his inaugural speech he talks about how the cops are the real heroes, that protect the streets, and he's going to build the cops up and strike down the vigilantes and everything like that. And it's funny to hear him say that in his speech and then turn around and be like, no extra resources, no pay raises, and now you're getting blackmailed. That's what you get for
Yeah,
berating
just
me.
don't fuck
Get
me over.
fucked.
Exactly. Basically. Exactly. So then, following this scene, we find Matt finding out that Hector is in fact the White Tiger vigilante,
The White Tiger.
and basically questions him why he did not tell him the truth. And this is again a big ass reveal. I am not that familiar in Daredevil comics. A Puerto Rican vigilante who basically, monitors the streets, helps out people who needs helping out. He is that guy. Very almost similar in a way to Daredevil, if you wanted to say.
And the
But
White
yes,
Tiger's got like an amulet that, and I guess
yes,
the people in the show, like the characters in the show, they know about the White Tiger, right? So we
exactly.
know little about him, but in the show, the characters and whatnot, they know about the White Tiger and the fact that the White Tiger wears an amulet that, from what is being said in the show, gives him immense strength. Um, what was it? Immense strength and uh, they just said. I think they just said immense uh strength and power or some shit like that.
There might be more. I am blanking on that again. Sorry, people. Sorry, guys. It's been a minute. But yes, this obviously complicates the court case against Ayala, but it does open up some interesting things that will be explored in episode 3, which I can't wait to talk about with you next week. Then we go into Matt's love interest, Heather, who Matt was talking about. Our Matt was talking about earlier that date. And she has two very interesting clients for marriage counseling, fucking Fisk and Vanessa.
Yep.
So
Yep.
it
That's
introduces this
I
whole
said
different
it.
fold now.
I said
Yeah,
it.
where
She is pivotal, guys.
now Matt knows. Well, Matt doesn't know, of course, patient client privilege, whatever the damn saying is.
Confidentiality.
But it is interesting. There you go, exactly. Heather again, Matt's current interest. I wouldn't say necessarily love interest, but interest.
I
Yeah,
mean, they
Fisk and
fucking,
Vanessa.
but yeah.
LeMayo. Um, and clearly, the time Fisk was away during the events of Echo continues to impact their relationship negatively. Um, and the fact that Vanessa just feels very alone in the business and personally, especially with Fisk taking on this mayor run and just being away again during the and leaving her the business and leaving her to handle that business. And it just made this rift between a couple that was usually so damn strong together in the Netflix show. And it's very, very interesting to see where that's going to go to. Again, guys, I know we're not really, because really a lot of stuff continues to get fleshed out in episode 3, and obviously will continue to get fleshed out as the season goes on. But that is the rough gist is that, man, their marriage is struggling, and there's just such an interesting dynamic now, and I'm really curious to see how Matt gets involved, or if Heather lets some information slip to Matt, or vice versa, blah blah blah. I'm very curious to see how that works. And as we wrap up this second episode of Daredevil Born Again, Matt tracks down that key
Oh
witness
yes,
in
dude. My
Ayala's case,
favorite
the
part of
man
the
who Hector
whole episode.
saves. Yes, only to find a couple of corrupt cops, one of which were involved in the incident at the subway station. One of them has a Punisher tattoo on his neck, hinting at the iconic character, which is so fucking cool. I'm imagining that. I don't know. I don't think this is a brand by the Punisher himself. I don't know. I don't think so. I'm imagining that this is just a way of the cop or the police force thinking they are in the right and they are trying to justify what they're doing because of the actions of the punter. I don't know. It's a very slippery slope. Very interested to see how this all unfolds. Again, I know I keep saying that, but it's just very. I want to know why they do have Punisher tattoos on their neck, and whatnot. Now, as what Matt has been hinting at, to his dismay, they attack Matt, and he is ultimately forced to revert to his Daredevil ways, swiftly taking down both of the aggressors as he screams, and the screen goes black. He basically, that whole, of him basically begging himself not to do this, which I think is so fucking cool.
Yeah,
because everybody,
everybody thinks that
man.
he's being like talking. Everybody thinks he's talking to the corrupt cops, saying, "No, guys, please don't do this. You don't want to do this." Like, because they're like, "Oh, he's blind," and then he was like, "Yeah, you guys, like, you don't want to do this. Please don't do this. Don't do this. Don't do this." And they pursue him one last time, and and uh, and then he proceeds to obliterate both of them, completely fuck them up. One of them, I think one of them dies actually. But
No, they none of them die, which is crazy. But neither of them die.
and then yeah, like you said, he screams out, not because it was not because of what they were doing to him, but because of the fact that he was being forced. He was forced to resort to the devil. And it's so cool. Like, whenever I watch that scene back, I just envision in my head, like, his Daredevil alter ego is, like, right in his ear as he's getting beat. Like, come on, man. You know you want to let me out. You fucking know you do. Do it. I'm going to come out. You do it. You let me out. And he's just like, no, you don't want to do this. Like, don't do this. Like, talking to himself. But, like, talking to his alter ego, I think. Not even, like, himself as Matt Murdock. Like, talking to Daredevil persona that he buried inside of himself, trying to come out because it's like, not only are you getting beat on, but they're corrupt. They've already, they're committing a terrible crime against a potential witness to what happened before like the what's it called, the hearing in court happens. And it's just like, all this shit is what drives him to be Daredevil, and it's all happening right there in his fucking face, and he's trying so hard not to let it out, and it just takes over, and that's why he screams, bro. That shit, when I fucking saw that, I was like, oh yes, dude. Dude, I was like, I'm fucking here for this shit, dude. This is so good. And as he screams, the screen goes black and the credits roll. And that was what we had to wait to see what happened next for a whole fucking week.
Yeah, man, and what a fucking ending to season 2, LeMayo. Episode 2 that was, man. And I think it just shows on how close of an edge that Matt is operating with Daredevil, in that he tries his best, but at the end of the day, if he's threatened, or if his friends are threatened, or if his loved ones are threatened, or if he feels threatened, that's going to be. And I feel like that's that constant struggle of Daredevil and within Matt himself. And of course, can't wait to see again at what point we fully get that full Daredevil return. And once we talk about, episode 3, and of course episode 4 is dropping on Tuesday, which is for us right now about 3 days away. It's March 15th, 2025. So yeah, about 3 days from now, we will be getting episode 4. And guys, we will be recording, hopefully, the GoonWatch again. We're hoping by next time, and recapping episodes 3 and 4.
Yeah,
but man,
we have
what a
already
damn start.
seen episode 3, but just for the sake of, we did the first 2 episodes in this, we're going to do episodes 3 and 4 after after episode 4 comes out. And so we just want you to know we have seen episode 3, but we're not going to talk about anything with episode 3 until we record again to talk about episodes 3 and 4.
And speaking of recording, guys, again, we are loving episodes 1 and 2. We are loving the show so far. Speaking of our recording schedule, though, Matt and I, we are in different. We both have busy lives. We've worked some crazy shifts, unfortunately. Stuff. Of course, this is why we are working on our. We want this to be our freaking full-time job. And again, I know we may not have a huge audience right now, but anybody who hears this, anybody, if it's 5 years from now, 5 minutes after we upload, you guys watching, liking, subscribing means everything. Commenting means everything. It helps with our dream. Again, we may sound silly talking about this right now with our 15 subscribers, but you know what? A dream is a dream. We're going to keep working on it. We may not be very consistent right now, but we will be uploading. We will have first episode of the GoonCast hopefully out. Oh, man. By next week. And if that happens, we may have to actually move the GoonWatch back a little further. Again, it is just the two of us in different states working full-time jobs on completely different schedules.
Yeah, it's
in terms of
I work
it's just-
overnight into
yeah.
the morning, and he works early in the morning into the afternoon. I got, we both have girlfriends. I got a couple daughters. Like it's a lot, but we're doing the absolute best that we can to do what we want to do. Like honestly, this right here, what we're doing right now, is what we've always wanted to do, and we've never been able to find the time since we last uploaded to do it, or the right format to do it in. And what we have decided is that we're going to not, the last time we did this, our vision was too stretched out to the point to where, we were wanting to do a GoonCast where we talk about video games and video game news and what's it called? And then we also wanted to do like let's play videos and just gaming videos and montages, and it's just the vision. It's a good vision, but for people that are just starting out, it was too much of a stretched vision, if for lack of a better term. And so we had this talk, and we decided that we're gonna do this again because this is what we want to do. Genuinely, more than anything, this is what we want to do. We're two freaking just about lifelong best friends who love talking about video games. We love talking about shows and movies, and we love bullshitting and joking and just being goofy because that's what we are. We're goofy. Don't know how we have the girlfriends that we have, but we're goofy. And
fiance. Don't ever
fiancés, yes, sorry. So he said you are poorly mistaken.
I put a ring on that. But
yeah.
I love my babies. And yeah, I'm not just doing this for me anymore. And Matt's not just doing it for him anymore. We really want this to be what supports our families going forward. We're here for the long haul, and we're just gonna do it this time. As best as we can, as much as we can, as high quality as we can.
And that's
last time it was just
that's what wraps around to the upload schedule, right? Is because we want to do like what Dylan was saying. We want to do the best quality that we can physically put out with everything that we have going on in our day-to-day lives. And that's going to result and I promise you guys it's going to result in some delayed uploads. We're going to strive for set days either every week or every other week, but there are going to be delays because, it's just going to happen. And the last time we did it, and I think this is what Dylan was about to say. I'm sorry I cut you off. Is we stressed about hitting those days that we wanted to upload so much that we were just throwing shit together in a video,
And it just took a lot of fun out of it.
yeah, putting a quick edit on it and just slapping some half-ass title on it and just hitting the upload button and calling it a day. And it took all the fun out of it. It mentally drained us to the point to where we were like, this is what we want to do, but it feels more like a chore and an obligation than just something that we enjoy doing. And so we realized that that's what was the issue, was we were trying to hit a deadline so bad to the point to where we would give ourselves one night to record multiple videos every week, because that's when we could get together to do it. And then we would edit all of those videos in that same night, get zero sleep, because the next day we had a bunch of shit we had to do for the rest of the weekend. And then we would just upload it all, and we'd just say fuck it and upload it all, and it just didn't feel right.
Exactly. And yeah, guys. This time it's real. And the GoonWatch is here. It's our brand new show, brand new podcast. So fucking excited about it. Matt made a killer ass background for it. He's gonna you guys will see and stuff. And he did the same thing for the Gooncast. Gooncast again has been around, man. A few episodes of the Gooncast, so we're still excited to continue that in a similar kind of format. Again, that would be about video game news, video game reviews. I am actually able to. We will. Our first Gooncast will actually focus on Indiana Jones and the Great Circle, and maybe some Avowed news. Maybe some of this. We're planning on getting into this hopefully this weekend sometime. Again, our schedules are a little wonky, but we always try. And again, we're gonna do our best. And so we'll have some news for you. We're targeting. Matt and I had kind of talked about. We're trying. Watch. And then I think it was every Thursday for a Gooncast, only because Matt is usually or no, yeah, Thursday. It was either most likely Thursday to give Matt some time to edit on his days off, and have that hopefully uploaded by Friday, and then record the Goon Watch on Saturday. Again, Matt, Saturday. My days are a little long.
Oh, you
in the near
cut,
future
you
here.
cut pretty hard, Dylan. Give Matt. You said
hopefully
you cut
in my
give Matt.
I have Matt. What? Fuck.
You said give
Matt is usually off third Fridays and Saturdays. My days are a little interesting right now. I'm usually Wednesdays and Thursdays. However, hopefully in the near future that is changing to Sundays and Mondays. So that'll kind of line up better. Matt is the only one with a computer at the moment that is able to edit. Hopefully again as we grow the channel, we grow our thing. Equipment, but for right now, yeah. She's doing what she's got to do. And we do plan on getting you the Goon Watch and the Gooncast out, hopefully every week. But again, with so much going on, it may be every week you get a Goon Watch, and every couple of weeks you get a Gooncast. But again, we will focus on getting as much as possible in each of those uploads of the Goon Watch and Gooncast, whether it be for news for the last 2 weeks, for the Gooncast, and then of course shows or what we've been watching for those last 2 weeks for the Goon Watch. And all I do promise is that it will be the highest quality we can do. And yeah, just bear with us. We will be uploading, like I said, at least a good 2, hopefully 3 times a month. Whether it be weekly or bi-weekly, just as we get going and get back in the swing of things in between our jobs and stuff. But so damn excited, so happy to be back here, my brother Matt, and so excited for the future of the Goon Watch. I hope you guys enjoyed the first episode. Please keep tuning in and be on the lookout for the Gooncast, hopefully later this week, Thursday or Friday. And of course, we'll keep you posted. We do have a Twitter. Matt will link all that good stuff. We haven't been on that either.
Yeah, that thing's been dead for about 5 years. But hey, it's back.
We do implore you to watch our old videos though. I think it's always cool to see where we've come from, and I'm still proud of those videos. You know, they might not be. I'm still proud of them, and whatever is still available on our channel to watch. You know, and again, anyone who watches, please like, comment, subscribe. You know, we
And
may be small, but
the
we
best
care,
way
and we love all you guys.
the best way to keep up with our uploads, you know, whether it be it's a rocky upload, you know, for a couple of weeks and stuff like that. The best way to keep up with knowing when we upload is it's dude, just hitting that notification bell, man. So that way you could stay up to date. Every time we upload, it'll send a notification to your phone, being that you're signed into, you know, that YouTube account on your phone. It'll give a notification. It'll pop up in your subscriber feed and stuff like that. So definitely, like what Dylan was saying, you know, if you guys have like a particular show or anything like that you guys like and you guys would want us to, you know, check
Absolutely.
out and whatnot, definitely comment down below and leave a like if you like the video. Definitely subscribe if you want to see more. And again, that notification bell, so that way you can help stay up to date. And honestly, guys, nothing spreads faster than word of mouth. So if you guys are liking what you're hearing, and you know you got a couple friends, maybe some family members that you guys, you know, kind of do something similar like this with, just talk about movies and stuff, and you guys like hearing other people's thoughts and opinions, definitely share our name, put our name out with the people that you know, because you know we just want to make these videos for people who like to hear other people's opinions, man. And, you know, it's just to have a couple good laughs in the, you know, split up somewhere in between and just enjoy the time, man. That's what we're doing. We're enjoying this. I love this.
Absolutely, man. And cool thing about this and the podcasting route we're taking for now is, you know, in the future, guys, like, you know, again, I know there's not that many of you right now, but anybody who hears this, we're not just always going to do podcasts. This is just how we're able to focus our content for now. And we still love video games. We still want to do let's plays, you know, down the road and stuff when it's just easier and it's just simpler for us to maintain a schedule and whatnot. As things get rolling, hopefully here and GoonSQ games, um, you will absolutely see more games. It will not just be podcast forever. But you know what? I think this is the best thing for us right now. And again, like Matt, we always want to hear anything you guys have to say. That's all this channel is really about, is all of us bullshit and talking, fucking around.
Yeah, like,
but
leave
yes,
a comment,
there
bro.
are plans.
Like, if you want to say anything cool, dude, comment it, bro. You want us to watch or check something out? Comment it. Give us your thoughts. If you just want to comment, just a comment and say, hey, you know, get fucked, guys. You guys suck, bro. Do that shit, bro. I'm here for it. You know?
Exactly. And just know that Matt and I, trust me, the entirety of, you know, the future of our channel, what we want it to be. It's just for now, this is definitely the best and just the more achievable route for us right now. We are still so fucking excited. Been fucking eagerly waiting to record just this debut fucking episode of the GoonWatch. We've again just been busy and stuff, but life happens. You guys stay safe, stay well.
Stay frosty.
It's not COVID anymore, so just you know, stay safe.
Stay safe, stay well.
Love all
stay
you guys,
frosty,
whoever
boys.
listens, and we'll see you on the next upload.
Yeah, absolutely, guys. Take care.